To most of us, life can be sometimes unpredictable and challenging, but the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a timeless blueprint for navigating its ups and downs with grace. Stoicism teaches how to live a life of resilience, virtue, and inner peace, wisdom that has endured for centuries. The ancient Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius offer timeless guidance on cultivating self-control, fortifying your mindset against hardship, and growing as a human being. These 17 quotes summarize the most powerful Stoic principles for thriving in the face of adversity and finding lasting fulfillment from within. 1. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. In a world inundated with external distractions, it is all too easy to neglect the cultivation of our inner selves. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, reminds us that true happiness emanates not from fleeting circumstances, but from the very essence of our thoughts. Like a skilled sculptor meticulously chiseling away at a block of marble, we must continuously refine our thought patterns, discarding the negative and embracing the positive. Just as a pristine stream reflects the beauty of its surroundings, a mind unclouded by negativity will reflect the serenity and joy inherent in the present moment. By consciously directing our thoughts towards gratitude, compassion, and wisdom, we unlock the door to a life of profound contentment, impervious to the vagaries of external events. 2. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. Seneca. In the grand tapestry of life, trials and misfortunes are inevitable threads woven into the fabric of our existence. Yet, it is not the trials themselves that define us, but rather our response to them. Seneca, the esteemed Stoic philosopher, imparts a profound truth. By cultivating a calm and resilient mind, we render misfortune impotent, stripping it of its power to overwhelm us. Imagine a mighty oak tree, its branches swaying gracefully in the face of fierce winds, its roots anchored deep within the earth. Such is the nature of a mind fortified by Stoic principles. External storms may rage, but the unshakable core remains steadfast, unmoved by the transient gusts of adversity. 3. If you wish to be a writer, write. Epictetus. In a world plagued by procrastination and self-doubt, Epictetus's words cut through the haze of inaction like a sharp blade. With a single profound statement, he lays bare the simple yet oft-neglected truth. The path to mastery lies not in idle contemplation, but in relentless action. Consider the sculptor who cannot mold a masterpiece without first picking up the chisel and striking the marble, or the musician whose virtuosity remains dormant until the instrument is played with unwavering dedication. In the same vein, the writer's pen must dance across the page, giving form to the ideas that once existed only in the realm of thought. 4. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have. Seneca. In the relentless pursuit of material possessions and societal accolades, many individuals find themselves trapped in a cycle of insatiable desire, forever chasing that elusive sense of fulfillment. Seneca, however, offers a profound antidote to this endless hunger, the realization that true power lies not in accumulating what we lack, but in embracing what we already possess. Imagine a person standing before a vast ocean, attempting to capture every drop of water in their cupped hands. Such is the futility of craving that which cannot be possessed. Yet by simply letting go of that desire, by embracing the boundless beauty of the ocean itself, one finds a sense of freedom and contentment that transcends material acquisition. 5. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Epictetus. In the grand theatre of life, we are all actors upon the stage, our true character revealed not by the script we are handed, but by the manner in which we perform our roles. Epictetus, the wise Stoic philosopher, reminds us that it is not external circumstances that shape our essence, but rather our response to them that unveils our true nature. Consider the legend of the phoenix, rising from the ashes of its own immolation, more radiant and magnificent than before. In the face of adversity, do we crumble like ashes, or do we rise like the phoenix, our inner strength and resilience shining forth for all to witness. 6. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Seneca. In the vast expanse of life's journey, it is all too easy to become adrift, buffeted by the winds of circumstance and the currents of societal expectations. Seneca, the sage of ancient Rome, offers a poignant reminder. Without a clear destination, without a guiding purpose, even the most favorable winds will lead us astray. Imagine a ship without a rudder, at the mercy of the relentless tides, its crew aimlessly drifting from one shore to another, never finding true fulfillment or direction. Such is the plight of those who navigate life without a clear sense of purpose, forever tossed about by the whims of external forces. Adopt this understanding to experience deliberate living's power. Define your port, ultimate aim, and rationale for sailing the great ocean of existence. With this clarity of vision, every breeze and struggle becomes an opportunity to move closer to your goal, giving your journey meaning and resilience. 7. Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too. Marcus Aurelius. In the grand tapestry of human civilization, empires have risen and fallen, their grandeur reduced to mere footprints in the sands of time. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, reminds us that by studying the cyclical nature of history, we can gain invaluable insights into the future that awaits us. Just as the mighty Roman Empire, once a colossus bestriding the ancient world, eventually crumbled under the weight of its own hubris and decadence, so too shall the empires of our modern age eventually succumb to the inexorable march of time. 8. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. Seneca. Death is inevitable for us all, yet how many people allow the fear of death to dictate their lives? They play it safe, avoiding risks and opportunities, merely existing instead of truly living. Seneca issues a wake-up call. If you are paralyzed by the fear of your eventual demise, you will never achieve anything of true significance during your limited time on earth. As Seneca said, life is neither good nor evil, but only a place for good and evil. Your life takes on the meaning you assign to it through your actions. Treading the safe path, motivated by fear of death, means resigning yourself to a life of complacency and regret. On the other hand, embracing your mortality as an incentive to make each day count fuels you to pursue your ambitions wholeheartedly. As Marcus Aurelius put it, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Approach every day as if it could be your last, and you'll find the courage to chase your biggest dreams without hesitation. Overcoming the fear of death unlocks the fearless mindset required to leave an enduring legacy. 9. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus. Talk is cheap. It's easy to philosophize and discuss abstract ideals, but there is a vast gap between giving intellectual lip service to a philosophy and authentically living it out. Epictetus calls us to put philosophical theories into committed practice. As the ancient Greek sage Pythagoras instructed his students, these lessons should not be committed merely to memory, but to life. Real wisdom shines through in one's actions, behavior, and way of being, not just empty words. A person can wax poetic about concepts like Stoicism, minimalism, authenticity, or courage, but if their daily conduct contradicts the virtues they profess to value, they are merely paying lip service, as Epictetus warned against. Ultimately, the life you actually live reveals your true driving philosophies. As the famous Stoic Cato said by way of example, wise men should pursue even the sharpest and most painful virtues. He embodied this philosophy, ritualistically practicing poverty, walking unshod and sleeping on the bare ground, not just preaching about minimalism. To actually personify the ideals you claim to respect, you must consistently turn theory into disciplined practice, no matter how difficult. Virtue and wisdom flow from your committed habits, not hollow rhetoric. 10. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive. Marcus Aurelius. How often do you wake up taking your existence for granted? You open your eyes, hit snooze, and immediately get caught up in cynical thoughts about your burdensome routine. Meanwhile, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, The mere fact that you're alive is an extraordinary privilege that should be appreciated with profound gratitude. As Carl Sagan said, we are a way for the cosmos to know itself. Out of the entire observable universe, only on planet Earth does life conscious of its own existence arise. You have awakened, against stupendous odds, to perceive and experience reality. What an incredible miracle! Start each morning by pausing and reflecting on the astonishing gift of being a living, conscious being. Let awe and gratitude for this privilege wash over you. From this higher perspective, even seeming burdens can be reframed as opportunities to learn, grow, and make the most of your one precious existence. As Marcus Aurelius put it, when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Live each day accordingly, with appreciation, purpose, and mindfulness. This single shift in mindset, properly internalizing your mortality, can reshape your entire human experience. 11. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Seneca. Adversity and struggle are inevitable parts of the human experience. The weak-minded view difficulties as obstacles to be avoided at all costs. But Seneca understood that challenging circumstances serve a powerful purpose. They are the resistance that fortifies your inner strength, just as physical labor fortifies your body. As Nietzsche echoed centuries later, that which does not kill us makes us stronger. Adversity introduces stress that causes your mind to stretch, grow, and develop resilience. Just as lifting heavy weights tears down muscle fibers so they can rebuild stronger, dealing with hardship develops mental toughness and wisdom. Those who lead an excessively comfortable, secure life, shielded from all difficulties, atrophy into feeble, mentally weak individuals. Like an underused muscle, their mind has never been pushed to its limits and remains frail. Embrace difficulty as the force that will harden your resolve, patience, creativity, and perseverance. 12. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Much of the anguish human beings experience originates not from objective reality, but from the delusions of their own anxious minds. Our unproductive thoughts become a form of self-imposed torture, blowing challenges out of proportion and catastrophizing worst-case scenarios. As Epictetus said, men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. That difficult situation you currently dread likely is not as burdensome as your unbridled imagination has convinced you. Your fears are amplified monsters you have irrationally created in your own mind. The Stoic path involves distinguishing the imaginary from the real. When you find yourself caught in a vortex of anxious thoughts about some future struggle, pause and examine your thinking rationally. Chances are, in that present moment, you do not actually face the grave situation you have conceived. You are borrowing troubles that do not yet exist. 13. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Seneca. When we are wronged, humiliated, or mistreated, natural human instinct is to lash out angrily at the offender. But as Seneca warns, unbridled rage ends up victimizing us more than the initial perpetrator. Unrestrained anger acts as a virulent poison we willingly ingest. The Stoics understood anger clouds our judgment, making us act recklessly in a deluded state of temporary madness. While harshly lashing out may provide fleeting emotional catharsis, it often burns bridges and leads to actions we later regret. Frequent angry outbursts make you bitter, resentful, and miserable in the long run. Breathe, reflect, and refuse to be controlled by volatile emotions like anger. As Marcus Aurelius said, "How quickly all things disappear." Meditate on this. The bodies themselves, which are so valued, after a certain time are dissolved, and the forms which won the highest admiration vanish from sight. Keep temporary provocations in perspective. 14. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Epictetus. What is the highest aim one can pursue? Wealth, power, status? Epictetus dismisses these hollow pursuits in favor of enlightened self-determination, true freedom. And the path to liberation is to cease fixating on what lies outside our control and to master the internal domains we can direct. Imagine being a prisoner of external circumstances, hostage to others' whims, buffeted by situations beyond your influence. For most, this is reality, slaves to expectations, comparisons, cultural conditioning. But as Stoics realized, freedom flourishes in the inner realm of our values, judgments, and reactions, domains we alone govern. The essence of good and evil lies in the mind's reasoned choice, not in externals. By aligning your mind with reason and virtue, no external setbacks or losses matter. Your sense of self-worth and inner peace remains unshaken. Your freedom blossoms when you distinguish between what you can control, your thoughts, judgments, desires, and efforts, versus what you cannot, outcomes, other people's opinions, circumstances beyond your influence. Focus solely on mastering your internal realms while letting go of angst over externals. 15. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Marcus Aurelius. How do you respond when you experience loss of a relationship, job, material possession, or anything else you previously cherished? The knee-jerk reaction is disappointment, sadness, and feeling deprived or devalued by this absence. But Marcus Aurelius flips this perspective. Instead of viewing loss as deprivation, see it as the natural cycle of birth, transformation, and rebirth. Change, by its very nature, involves letting go of something to allow something new to emerge. This harmonizes with nature's patterns all around us. As Heraclitus said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man." Clinging to any form as permanent goes against the essence of reality's fluid impermanence. When you frame loss as flow rather than finality, you open yourself to new experiences and forms of growth that were previously invisible. What appears as an ending is actually the catalyst for your renewal and evolution. 16. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Seneca. Just as diamonds can only be polished through intense friction and pressure, human beings require adversity to unleash their full artistic and philosophical potential. With this metaphor, Seneca encapsulated the fundamental Stoic truth. Suffering curates beauty and excellence. Without intense heat, beautifully intricate stained glass windows would be impossible to create. Without being stretched on the rack, Michelangelo's masterpieces may have never existed. Life's inherent trials and resistance force you to evolve, optimize, stretch, and uncover reservoirs of grit you never knew you possessed. As Nietzsche echoed, "To those human beings who are of any concern to me, I wish suffering, desolation, sickness, ill treatment, indignities. I wish that they should not remain unfamiliar with profound self-contempt, the torture of self-mistrust, the wretchedness of the vanquished. I have no pity for them." 17. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Epictetus. In our modern world of incessant jabber, hot takes, and endless social media commentary, Epictetus's simple observation has profound wisdom worth reflecting on. Our capacity to listen far outweighs our ability to speak purely by biological design, yet our habits reveal the opposite prioritization. True understanding stems from truly listening, taking in different perspectives, nuances, and contexts without preconceived filters. Those who bloviate constantly, addicted to making their voice heard, end up comprehending very little beyond their own biases. Regulate your impulse to automatically opine, show off verbally, or have the loudest voice in the room. Epictetus reminds us we were gifted 2 ears to embody true receptivity, to be observant and absorb perspectives before jumping to broadcast our own. Prioritize intake before output, listening before speaking. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.